Hello again and welcome back everybody to another edition of the Rural Report. I am your Rural 2IC and we are going to continue what we started with last Sunday. Now, technically 2 Sundays ago. So 2 Sundays ago, if you missed it, I went and announced that I'm going to be going to Bugout Weekend, obviously. But I was giving some of the things that I'm 100% going to do and take with me. And then I started asking for your advice on things that you would like to see and content wise, and things that, I probably should take with me, or what your ideas or advice would be. And so last week I went and I showed you the was a $25 survival kit from wish.com. If you missed that one, you can go back and check that one out. But this one, I'm very excited for, and there's already a hint of what I'm going to talk about on your screen, which is right here, the Opus. So what I did is I went out and I bought me the Oupes Exodus 600. Now, as you can see, this does have the folding handle right here. This is very, very light. I think it comes in at about 8.5 pounds. This does come with all sorts of ports and everything that you can do to charge it. Plenty of different things of USB, the USB-C, two of the 110 charging ports, as well as the car adapter piece right there. Everything's very, very snug because, again, this is very, very new. And then it does give you the stuff back here to be able to charge. So there is your solar input as well as your adapter, so you can plug in your 110 and charge it. And then it does come with a little fuse. But there you go. This is how big this is. So here's my hand. Okay, this is not as big as what a lot of people may think that this is going to be. This is actually one of the smaller ones that Opus puts out. And so let me go ahead and pull up the kind of statistics, or I guess I should say the specifications on it. So you can go now to opus.com, or there are different places that you can buy it. I know you can get it on Amazon as well as some other things. But if you go to opus.com, that unit by itself, completely, no solar panels, no nothing, just for that power unit. Right now I've got it pulled up. It is $99, $100, and you can buy the Opus Exodus 600. Now this one has 256 watt capacity of a 600 watt AC pure wave inverter into it with a 1200 watt surge. This does come with what they're guaranteeing as a 3500 plus, so 3500 plus life cycles to 80%. This does, as I showed you, give 6 outputs for multiple different devices and 3 ways to recharge, whether that's AC charging, AC plus PV, or PV charging. It does have a smart HD LCD display on it. Very, very nice display on everything. It lets you know how much wattage is coming out, what battery percentage you're at. Um, Very, very good. And then it's got a 540 watt max input charge speed. So this thing charges up, if you plug it into the wall, extremely fast. Now, online they have it as 8.16 pounds. So I was right there in that 8 to 8.5. And they offer this in 3 different ways. You can get just the box itself for $99. You can get the box by itself with the solar panels, which is what I did. Now they offer it in 2 different sections on the solar panel. They do the 100 watt solar panel, which is what I got, which is right here. And we'll get into this one here. But one of the things I do want to point out is it does come with all the different cables right here. So everything is nice and attached. And these are very, very nice solar panels. Or you can upgrade and get the Exodus with the 240 watt solar panels. I wanted to go more into the economy route, so I got the 100 watt. But again, if you cannot afford the solar panels right now, I get it. but $100 for this box is an amazing deal. Okay, I have no affiliation with them. If you go buy it, it's great on you. Okay, I get no money from them whatsoever. But if you go onto their website and you get the Exodus 600 plus the 100-watt solar panel, right now it looks like it's running $238. If you step up to the 240-watt solar panels, it currently runs $388. So when we talk about this right here, okay, when I opened it up and was reading the directions, it says to immediately turn the unit on and plug it in to get it to absolute zero. So when I turned mine on, it was at like 62%, I do believe. It was in the 60s, low 60s. And I plugged my phone in immediately. Then I plugged Mrs. Verrill's phone in, and both of them were on charge. Then I went on a looking out through the house, and I plugged in an oscillating stand-up fan, turned it on high. Then I found the flashlight, and I plugged it in, and then I found another flashlight, and I plugged it in. And then when something would get to 100%, I would immediately take it off, and I would switch to another item, so that way I was trying to pull as much power as I possibly could from this unit. Now, at I believe again 62%, it lasted almost 4 hours. It was a little over 3.5 hours before that thing was completely down to zero. And I got to tell you, that is impressive. Okay, it already charged the phones. I had to take the phones off and put other things on there. That oscillating fan was on high the entire time, and just I was going through finding flashlights and battery packs, and I mean I was starting to get to the point where I was running out of things that needed charged off of it. And so I took and I unplugged everything when it got to zero, and I got the cord to plug into the wall, and I set a timer, and it took an hour and 17 minutes until it got to 100%. An hour and 17 minutes, and I went from 0 to 100. So I'm going to be doing more testing on this weekend, where I make sure it's at 100, and then I'm going to be picking various items and just letting it run and seeing how long things last. I'm not probably going to do the phone cycle thing because I do not want to take my personal phone all the way down to zero to plug it into this thing to do it over and over and over, because this thing says it can charge it multiple times, and that would take a lot longer. So I'm more interested into the 110 aspect, and so I might be plugging like the refrigerator or something that's going to pull a lot of power, and just test and see how long it goes. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to definitely going to field test this, because I'm extremely excited to be able to take this out into the field and see what everything's all about. I've been really wanting to get one of these, just because I have other solar things, but when you get to that point to where you're like, hey, where do I go? What do I get? That's kind of what it is. Now, right off the website, it's saying that if you have a standard laptop, now this is all estimated depending again on laptop and things like that, that you should be able to 0 to 100% charge your laptop at least 4 times. Digital camera, again, we're going on an estimate here from small camera, big camera, but it says the average camera, you should be able to charge it from 0 to 130 times. The average smartphone, no matter what it is, Android, iPhone, whatever, you should be able to charge it 20 plus times from 0 to 100. And then you should be able to run a standard refrigerator for at least 6 hours before this goes down. So definitely one of those things where I actually love it. Okay. It charges extremely fast. It's doing everything that it's definitely telling. It's very reliable. Granted, I've only been playing with it for a few days. One of the things that I'm really excited about is that it has extremely good reviews, and boasting that life cycle reliability to where it's saying that it's going to last 3,500 life cycles. So that is charging it up to like 80 plus percent, dropping it down, charging, dropping. If you did that every day, remember 365 days in a year, you're talking 3 years is little over 1,000. So you're talking this thing has somewhere in the neighborhood of a 10-year lifespan. So at least a decade. So that is extremely, extremely impressive. Now, keep in mind, you don't necessarily have to have the solar panels. You can plug this straight into the wall. The solar panels is for, if the grid goes down, you have another way of charging it. But with the grid going, if the grid's up and you have this charged and then something happens, uh, for what it is, you have a decade of reliability right there. But let's go ahead and talk about the solar panels. So the ones that I got, the 100 watt, those are they're about 44 inches in length, and this is opened up, and they're about 24 inches tall. They open up. They do have the stands on the back, so you can adjust accordingly to get the correct angle on the sun. They're saying that they're over a 20% cell efficiency, which is pretty daggone good. Now, the fun part about this, keep in mind the battery box, the Exodus itself is a little over 8 pounds. The solar panels are 12 pounds. They are heavier than that box. So it's that's kind of a lot right there, right? Now everything does come with a warranty. I know the solar panels come with a 1 year warranty, and as I was talking about too, that you saw the cables. You do get almost 200 inches of cable, so you are able to keep your box inside your tent and run this out a good ways away from your tent or whatnot. um, but it's one of those that for me, I'm extremely, extremely excited. But I was talking about warranty, so let me go back and yes, so per the website for the Exodus, it does give you a 36 months, so a 3-month warranty on that. But for what it is, okay, so we went through and we popped on the website and we was kind of reading off on there for me using it. Okay, one, it feels extremely durable. It's not one of those ones where if I am carrying it and I accidentally get bumped and I drop it, that I think it's just going to shatter all over the place. I think it's very durable for what it is. Yes, it's electronic. It's a kind of expensive, so I'm going to definitely be careful with it. Same thing with the solar panels. They feel extremely durable. They feel good. No, I'm not going to probably use it to pry something open or whack something or something like that. But they feel durable. They feel very, very well made. And I have not got the chance. Today was the first day to where I might be able to get outside and use the solar. I think in the specs somewhere I'd have to read, but it was saying that on a nice, bright, sunny day, if you had everything, uh, you know, plugged in and to a very good angle and the correct everything, that you should be able to get a full charge in a day. I think it was like 8 to 10 hours or something like that. Don't quote me on that. I got rid of the website, so I'm not reading it off there anymore. But it was very, very impressive on what it was saying on the solar panels. So um, I definitely wanted to go that route. So I will be taking this with me. This is going to be what I'm going to use when I go to Bugout Weekend. The only thing is I'm mainly going to have it to where it's going to be recharging my phone. I'm going to take a smaller battery bank and it's going to keep that charged. I do have some flashlights that's going to come with me and it'll keep those charged. And then I do have a fan that runs off of either USB or it does come with a built-in battery. So I will be either running it off there or charging the fan up to give me a little bit of circulation while I'm in the tent at night. May's probably going to be a little bit of a warm month for us. Uh, but some various lights, various other electronics and other things like that is basically what I got for this. So it's first time out. It is Sunday and we will leave probably mid, or I'm sorry, it is midday Thursday to midday Sunday. So it will get a decent amount of cycles. It will get some use. I think this is pretty robust for what I am going to be using it for. So more than likely, not only am I going to be testing it, but I will probably have some other people that's going to, probably want to charge a few things, check it out, come over, look at it, and that's fine, right? That's kind of why I got it, so that way, not only can I play with it and go and give my reviews, but maybe this is be a good thing that other people might be able to come over and check it out, pick it up, flip it around, plug some things in, and see if they want to buy it. So it's going to be definitely a fun thing to do. Again, I'm definitely not an expert. This is my very, very first opus. So I am definitely looking forward to checking this out. Definitely give a end review when I go out and actually get it dirty and field tested. And then we'll see. Maybe I will do some upgrades. We'll buy some of the bigger ones, bigger solar panels. We'll go through and do different things. They sell different cords and accessories and all that fun stuff. So we'll see. Maybe this is just the first of many Opus videos that we can go through and create. So we will see how all that goes. But what do you guys think? Is there things that I should be taking with me? Do you think that this one single piece, this one device is going to cover my power needs, my electrical needs for that decent length of time? I'm not going to be out there for a week, but I think I will be able to run it through the ringer with myself and probably some others charging it off there. Um, what do you guys want to see out of it? Should I take it to absolute zero and let the solar panels charge while I'm running around through the day? Should I charge it to 100% and then plug my phone and fan and stuff in and see if there's any battery power when I wake up in the mornings? What do you guys think? I'm just curious on what you want to see, because I know what I want to see out of it and what I'm going to do, but maybe you guys have a very different idea. That would be a very, very good idea. And I am open to ideas and advice. So, but I think I'm going to leave it there at that. So let me know down in the comment section any thoughts, concern, questions, anything along those lines. And we're going to go from there. So I hope you guys got a little bit of something out of this. I hope it was educational or maybe a little bit thought provoking to where you're like, maybe I should get one of those. So, but I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope you have a blessed day. Stay tuned because there's more information to come. And with that, please remain united because we're all prepping in this together.